If you have hooded eyes and if you try to do a winged eyeliner, it'll look fantastic until that hood rests on your lid. That's when it looks distorted. The number one question that I get asked often is, Smitha, how do you create a big wing without it looking distorted, without it being a reverse wing or a bat wing? So today I'm going to show you just that. How to create a beautiful wing using the T method on hooded eyes. And fun part, even if you have extreme hooded eyes, you can follow the same technique. It looks fantastic. When I do hooded eye tutorials, I always like to start with explaining what are hooded eyes. Now, all you have to do is look straight in the mirror and try to look at your lid space. How much of your lid itself can you see? Let's look at my lid space. Now, if I look straight in the mirror, you're unable to see much of my lid space. You can only see partial lid space because there's this extra skin that's sitting on my lid. If I lift this loose skin, you're able to see my lid. But if I let this loose, it's going to settle on my lid and cover up my lid space. And this loose skin, although I don't like the term hooded eyes, this loose skin is what we call the hood, which settles on the lid and covers the lid space. And many of us with hooded eyes, there's that extra skin that's hanging in the outer corner. So when you try to do a winged eyeliner, it interferes with that outer corner and the wing itself can look distorted. So while every eye shape is beautiful and unique in its own way, there are different ways to do makeup on each eye shape. So whatever you do, whether it's eyeshadows or eyeliner, it's completely visible and does not get distorted. Before I start any kind of eye makeup, whether it's eyeshadow looks or eyeliner on my hooded eyes, I always like to push my brow hair upwards, just like that. And why do I do this? To make enough space underneath my brows. Now, even if your brow is laying pretty low, close to your eyes, still try to push it as high as possible. Let's try to maximize on the space underneath. And now I'm going to fill in my brows. I'm going to be using the Kokie Cosmetics brow pencil. This is in the shade black and it's a micro tip brow pencil. I like micro tip brow pencils on my brows, especially because they're already so thick. And when you have hooded eyes, don't try to overfill your brows because they are going to weigh down on your lids and make it look heavier. So try to keep it as light as possible. So all I'm going to do is, after pushing my brow hair upward, I'm just going to fill in the sparse areas underneath. And then I'm going to use my spoolie again and brush my brow hair one more time. So if there's any product that's looking blotchy, it'll evenly spread it across. And that's pretty much it with my brows. Before I apply the eyeliner, see how the color on my lid, the skin tone is completely different from what it is underneath the brows. When the tones are separated out that way, it gives you less flexibility to work on your lid. Now we're visually trying to manipulate things on the lid using eyeshadows and eyeliners. So what I like to do is make this entire area one tone, for which I'm going to be using a concealer. The one I'm using today is Milani Concealer, and this is in the shade 145. You can of course use an eye primer as well. I'm just applying a tad bit and I'm going to blend this out with a brush. This brush is from Real Techniques. It's the concealer brush and I love this. So I'm going to quickly and very softly blend this out all the way from my lash line up to the arch of my brows, so the entire area is one tone. See how that evened out the entire area? And now, just so the concealer doesn't crease in those fine lines, I'm going to very lightly set it with the One Size Translucent Loose Powder. All you need is a light dust of powder just to quickly set that concealer. You don't need too much. And now the lid is ready and prepped for the eyeliner. Today I'm going to be using my all-time favorite gel liner, the Inglot Gel Liner. But I'm not going to use it as is. Before I use any kind of gel eyeliner, I always drop a couple drops of the Inglot Duraline just to keep it moist and free-flowing. Because gel liners try to dry up really fast, so this will help to revive it. And for brush, I'm going to be using a nail art brush. I really like those thin strokes that it gives me. We're going to be doing the T technique in the outer corner to get that beautiful wing. Most of us with hooded eyes will have that loose skin in the very outer corner, which again can interfere with the wing. So rather than starting the wing in the very outer corner, I'm going to move slightly inward. Not where the lash line ends, but a little bit inside. So somewhere here is where I'm going to start. I'm going to lift my brows so I can clearly see underneath, and what I'm going to do is draw a straight line from my crease going to my lash line. Just like that. And now I'm going to make this a T. It doesn't have to be perfect, just go ahead and draw that T. At this point, 90% of your work is done. This probably is the hardest part of this eyeliner, which is also pretty easy. I'm going to mark a point right in the center of my lash line right there and join one side of the T to it. Again, don't worry if it's not perfect. You'll see at the end it'll all come together. And I'm going to extend the other side of the T to go outward in a straight line. And I'm going to join that to the lash line. All I have to do now is fill this in and go over my lash line. And I also like to sharpen it in the outer corner just a tad bit. So I'm going to extend it very lightly and sharpen it. That's it, my friends. And now even if I completely relax my lid and let the hood sit on my lid, the wing is not going to look distorted. Isn't that fantastic? And it looks so beautiful and it's so easy to pull off. It's up to you how you want to finish this up. I like to use some mascara and lashes that wing out, so they add to that wing in the outer corner. I'm going to first curl my lashes. These are the Sally Hansen curler. And for mascara, I'm using the new L'Oreal Extensionist mascara. I'm going to go all the way from the root to the tip. Ooh, I love this mascara. It doesn't clump at all. And it's adding so much length already. I'm not going to be applying too much mascara because I'm going to be using lashes anyway. So I'm going to lightly coat it and adding some mascara in my lower lashes as well. And for lashes, I wanted something that wings out like this. These are Lily lashes in Wild Child. And these are self-adhesive lashes, so you don't even need glue to attach them. Just peel it and stick it. And I believe you can use this up to 7 times. And here is the finished T-wing look. I love the way those lashes added that flair to this beautiful look. And this is how it looks from a distance. Wow, that looks really nice. I'm going to finish this look with the Jam Jam Lip Plumping Lipstick in the shade First Date. This is from Dips. And I absolutely love this shade for fall. It is so stunning and it's very comfortable on the lips. How stunning is this lip shade? I am in love. And here is the finished look. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so comment below and let me know. And if you try this look, please don't forget to tag me. My socials are all listed in the description box right below this video. So if you're not following me there yet, maybe it's a good time. And if you're not subscribed here, again, maybe it's a good time. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to thumbs up and check out the description box for all the products that I used in today's tutorial. I love you guys so much and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye guys.